So what is Ingage? Ingage serves as a bridge connecting needs with resources to enrich lives and communities. Here in the U.S., we have certain types of wealth. Wealth of experiences, wealth of education, wealth of resources. Outside the U.S., there are visionary leaders, leaders who are selflessly willing to serve wholeheartedly, leaders who want to move their communities forward, but they lack the resources to do so. The purpose of Ingage is to bridge the two. In bridging the two, we are connecting resources to needs. It is a two-way investment. All communities have intangible resources that can be shared. We are building relationships between leaders. We recognize each other's challenges and strengths, and we learn from one another, mutually investing in the hopes and dreams of our communities. Mariela is an example of a visionary leader. She grew up as a child scavenging among the mountains of waste in the garbage dump community in Guatemala City, Guatemala. As a result of tutoring she received when she was young, she was able to stay in school, eventually moving out of the garbage dump community and become a teacher. Today, Mariela teaches the children that live in the garbage dump community. She knows the daily struggle these kids face as they are forced to choose between selling goods on the streets, scavenging for food for their family, or going to school. Her dream is that they learn how to read, stay in school, and finish their educations so they will no longer view themselves as scavengers, but as the treasures they truly are. Mariela has the resources of initiative, desire, and leadership, but lack of access to professional development so she can continue to build her skills.
Lo primero que pido es oración para que la mentalidad de estos chicos vaya más allá, ¿verdad? Que ellos no se queden con el ay, sí, vivo aquí y estoy bien, ¿verdad? Sino que ellos vean más allá en un futuro. Y pues,
Ingage provided training for Mariela and over 150 other tutors, community leaders, and teachers that work with these children, daily fighting the battle of extreme poverty. This was the first ever professional development opportunity for most of the educators. Many of the workshop attendees traveled from hours away to join our team for this educational conference. During the various sessions, resources were shared. Ideas were explored, strategies were exchanged, and we realized that we all face similar challenges as professionals. Everyone appreciated learning practical strategies to improve education for all the students.
Nuestros maestros tienen que trabajar en diferentes circunstancias, muchas veces no hay el material suficiente para poder enseñar. En el interior aún es más difícil, no hay a veces un mobiliario y el recibir hoy estrategias sencillas con material práctico, eso ayuda mucho a la educación.
In the small village of Tamayo in the Dominican Republic, a community leader, Stephen, and a small dedicated group of teachers recognized some dire needs in their community. They observed the high dropout rates among the young adults, which led to increased gang activity and violence in the streets. Many of the younger children were no longer attending their designated school in the nearby village. Stephen and the teachers developed a vision. They found a small building in their community and converted it to a one-room schoolhouse. The teachers, so passionate about providing a better education for the children, have been working all year without salaries. But they believe education is the only route for these young people to stay off the streets and rise up out of poverty. The quality education at the school is not only drawing children from the community back into school, but attracting students from the surrounding towns as well. Now the burgeoning school needs more space to house the expanding enrollment. These leaders possess the resources of vision, passion, and dedication. With children peering in the windows, the Ingage team partnered with these heroic teachers. Again, with no access to professional development, these educators were eager to participate in the training. The connections forged professionally and relationships established personally encouraged and inspired everyone.
We don't come here today and say, da 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 da, we're here.
Nosotros no venimos aquí a hacerle simplemente ta 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 ta.
We come and we want to learn from each other.
Ingage hosted similar workshops in 4 additional communities, impacting over 100 teachers.
Here to Tamayo. Y con compartir con nosotros su conocimiento.
And share with us what you know.
Así también nosotros lo llevaremos siempre en nuestro corazón.
And also we will also carry you in our hearts.
Y pondremos en práctica todo lo que hemos aprendido.
And put into practice everything that we've learned today.
Ellen is another visionary leader. When her own children were young, she realized the schools in her village of Banay, Dominican Republic, were not preparing the students well. Consequently, many were dropping out of school. Ellen took matters into her own hands and into her own home by opening a preschool in her living room. To buy basic supplies to run the school, she made candy in her kitchen and sold it in the local marketplace. The kids came to learn at Tia Ellen's home, and the school grew. Now Ellen leads an elementary school with an energetic staff. Ellen was very excited and eager to receive supplemental training provided by the Ingage team for her teachers, a resource not available for teachers in her community. The Ingage team loved working together with these teachers who came in on their day off to gain new strategies and skills to better serve their students.
Ellen we're working with today, she started an after-school program in her house, in her home, and now there's this school and these teachers are so dedicated. It's so beautiful, and it's so amazing to have these connections with them.
So who does Ingage impact? Leaders, teachers, healthcare workers, business people from the U.S. and outside the U.S. meet together. They share resources, ideas, and cultural understanding, a mutual exchange. Leaders on both sides return to their communities, sharing what they have learned with others, and the impact multiplies, enriching lives and communities on both sides of the bridge. Ingage teams impact us as individuals. Choosing to be part of an Ingage team means leaving behind the familiar, facing fears, and embarking on a journey outside of one's comfort zone.
How we would be received by the schools that we visited and the teachers. I feared that they would view us as these all-knowing, people from, suburbia, and, we would have no idea what they were dealing with. We would have no, grasp of what they truly needed, and we wouldn't be able to help them or be relevant. That was my fear. I had a few nightmares about it leading up to the trip. But the total opposite was true. They were so gracious and so welcoming.
Working together, developing workshops, and adapting to a new culture builds teamwork.
Wonderful a team experience as it has been. A remarkable team. A lot of laughing, a lot of teamwork, a lot of joy, a lot of just jumping in and supporting each other.
Through conversations around tables, meals shared, and homes visited, we learn about each other and relationships are built. Walking through neighborhoods, listening to the challenges faced, and encountering firsthand examples of strength and resiliency develops a deep sense of appreciation. Additionally, communities on both sides of the bridge benefit as individuals develop an increased understanding and appreciation of another culture.
What language it is spoken in, we seem to understand one another. And even though we are blessed with a lot of professional development in our district, we worked with teachers that were very gracious for the professional development we gave them.
Los más importantes creo que es que logramos que los maestros tuvieran empatía con alguien más que sabe de las necesidades de nuestros chicos.
We, in turn, impact our own workplace and broader community as a sense of unity develops among teams and lessons are shared. Ultimately, lives on both sides of the bridge are enriched.
El impacto pues ha sido bastante, han atendido a más de 100 maestros y si esto lo multiplicamos por 30 niños en el aula, ¿verdad? Entonces el impacto ha sido bastante alto para nuestro país.
This week has been just absolutely unbelievable. It's been one of the most incredible experiences of my life, truly.
Join a team. Learn together with other individuals who possess open hearts to new cultures, open minds to new ideas, and a desire to grow in their understanding of themselves and others. Build a team. Bring together your colleagues, friends, or family and develop a greater sense of unity in your community. Professionals from all backgrounds are welcomed. Engage in a shared experience that will profoundly impact how you see the world. Invest. We need you to help build the bridge so we can continue to connect resources with needs. Invest with your time, your skills, your financial gifts. Engage serves as a bridge connecting resource with needs to enrich lives and community. Engage.